Solomon. I am Director of Corporate Relations for Exelon Corporation and also the President of the Exelon Foundation. I really want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. I think the topic is a good one. We have a wonderful panel, and I will let them introduce themselves shortly. I want to tell you just a little bit about where you're at. You are in the Rowe Clark Math and Science Academy. It's named after John Rowe, who is the Chairman and CEO of Exelon, and Frank Clark, who is the Chairman and CEO of ComEd. Yes, they're related. Exelon owns ComEd. But this is a very, very special place. The Rowes, the Clarks, and Exelon Corporation contributed $4.2 million to really refurbish and help open up this school. It's operated by Noble Street. I can tell you what makes this place special for me is we have employee volunteers who are here volunteering their time, whether it's tutoring, working with the kids on other projects, etc. But what's really great about it is Jean Rowe is here right now, actually. She's John's wife, and she leads a mentoring group with about 18 students every Thursday afternoon after school. Vera Clark, who is Frank's wife, teaches a leadership seminar. John was here this week teaching an AP history class. He told me yesterday they covered Byzantine, Greek, all these things, and I said, how long? He goes, 50 minutes. It was a challenge, but we got it done. And then Frank is here speaking very often as well. What makes this place unique for us is it's a true collaboration between Exelon, our leaders at ComEd and Exelon, our employees, and really with the school itself. Exelon is a firm believer that you don't just give the dollars out, you also have to give additionally as well. And whether that's our volunteer staff, our executives serving on outside boards, or other things that we can get involved with, it's more than just dollars. And I just really want to welcome you here today. I'm looking forward to an active panel discussion. And I will turn it over to Julie Simpson, Executive Director of Urban Gateways, and we're just proud to be the sponsor of this afternoon's event. Thank you.
Urban Gateways is really delighted to be working at Rowe Clark, and I want to introduce Doug Corella, who is the music teacher here. This is a math and science academy, and the whole notion of math and science academies and technology academies that when I was introduced to this concept through a whole initiative at CPS, the technology schools that are coming into play, and one after another, I would say, well, are there any arts in the school? And they'd say, well, no, we're going to add them, but we don't have them. And I thought, what's missing here? Where's the content for the technology and the math and the science application if we don't have any creative arts being taught at the same time? Luckily, this school is not devoid of the arts. Actually, Doug has done a tremendous job of bringing the arts into the school, but the wonderful part, thanks to Exelon's support, has been that Urban Gateways has been able to partner with Rowe Clark. We have started partnering in the form of a digital audio lab, and you can talk a little bit more about what that lab does here.
Sounds great. Over the past 2 years, our digital audio lab comes in on 1 day a week. It's an after-school enrichment class where students get basic skills on recording technology, taking their ideas, and actually working with some of the instructional artists out of Urban Gateways to form their own songs and ideas and just kind of emote. Really, it's really a fantastic thing for the students. They don't have any opportunities to really just express themselves like that in the board. So it's been a nice marriage right there.
It's been great, and we see it as the stepping stone into what we have started to call at Urban Gateways the arts-wired school model, where when we have a school that we have entered into deeper partnership with, it's not just the out-of-school hours, but we then ooze our way into the in-school hours, and we offer professional development and work with parents and community members as well. We put all four of those elements together, we get what we're calling the arts-wired school. The idea is to be able to really raise the academic achievement in the school. When you have a wired school, and it's wired, it's not necessarily way to kick it off than with this panel. I want to introduce Eric Booth to you, who many of you know through your travels. If you have been at all interested in the arts and education in the United States or in the world, I'm sure you've come across many of Eric's writings, and he's not a stranger to you. But for those who don't know Eric Booth, he said keep it short. Okay, so I'll keep it short. Eric is, he describes himself as the oldest living teaching artist in the world, but actually he's one of the smartest and most generous teaching artists. He has actually taught many, many, many of the teaching artists and the teachers that exist today, and his work has been a beacon that we've all looked to. Eric started the mentorship program. What is the program called at Juilliard?
Mentorship in Arts and Education.
Mentorship and Arts and Education program at Juilliard, and was there for over 13 years, has also spoken at conferences throughout the world, the UNESCO conference being the first
Worldwide UNESCO Arts Education.
The first UNESCO Arts Education Conference. Eric was asked to keynote there, and we are really fortunate to bring him here to Chicago. He has served as our city's advisor on many fronts, and there's no better person to facilitate a discussion like this than Eric Booth. So I want to thank you very much for coming today, and I'm going to leave it to you to take it away. And I want to thank all of you very, very much for joining us. We couldn't have asked for a better panel, so thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. I'm going to start us off with just a very few comments, and I'm not even going to bother to make a totally inadequate introductions of our three guests because you already have their bios in your programs. So I'll just introduce them by name, but all of this is to kind of get us into the action quickly. Our three guests that you'll be hearing from are Barbara Bowman from Chicago Public Schools and Carol Forsyte from Motorola, and Sawhney from Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern. And we're going to start off, I've asked each to take about 10 minutes to give us an opening salvo of ideas that relate to our topic. But and then we'll have maybe some time for a little discussion amongst us as a panel, but fairly quickly we want to move to questions that you may have to take the topic further. So be thinking up questions, jotting them down if you have short-term memory lapses, as I do. And be ready to really join this conversation fairly early on in our time together. Just a few comments to start us off. Two are kind of structural and one is kind of provocative. The structural ones is I'm going to assume on behalf of my panelists, and feel free to argue me about this, that we will not come up with a final definition of what creativity is. I have read over 65 different definitions, each one of which holds some kind of veracity, and the field just lives with a certain amount of softness around the definition of what we're talking about. We may want to challenge the general understandings about creativity, but we're probably not going to